everybody. Well, today I wanted to show you, if you have a small yard, you need to keep your trees not so large. You need to put them in places, smartly, so that you can work with the sun. You can work, maybe put taller trees in the back, and smaller trees underneath, and so forth. One of the things that I needed to do here is that I'm going to show you how to stump. This is my lula avocado, but it keeps going up high. I get a few fruit, and it's just getting too high. And I got the caimito right here. I got the níspero. So I wanted to bring the canopy down. So I'm going to stump it. Basically, it's stump pruning, which is what I'm going to do now. And what you want to do is, I'm going to cut it like 4 or 5 feet tall. If you cut it too short, it'll take a lot longer to kind of grow back. But it's an established tree, so if I cut it there, like in 6 months, it'll be pretty much like a tree, a whole full tree, but it'll be smaller, and that way I can keep it. Eventually, where it grows out in the bottom, and it grows around this area here, and it doesn't get so tall, because every time I prune it, it keeps wanting to get tall and tall. Especially the lula, it kind of wants to go high. So I'm gonna stump it, and it's a good technique you can use. If you have an older tree that's kind of gotten big, you can stump it, and that way you can control the size. And so just wanted to show you. After you're done, it's a good idea, especially here's just kind of shaded a little bit, but it's a good idea to put some 50% water, 50% white paint, and mix it up and put it on the trunk so it doesn't burn. Anyway, here we go. Now I'm going to make a couple cuts to get it down to the size that I want. Always very careful if you're going to be pruning. It can be pretty dangerous. So if you don't know how to do it, get somebody that knows. Let me see. Take it down a little bit and we'll be done. Here you go, guys. If you notice, I cut it a little bit of an angle so the water doesn't deposit up, so it floats. Now I'll put some paint on it, like I said, and we're good to go. Let me show you one last thing. Let's see. I'm gonna add some in case you don't know what a lula looks like. Here's a lula. So these kind of have a little bit of a texture to the skin. They'll be ready probably, you know, a couple months, like October to January, kind of that time frame is their season. And they have a good amount of oil content for Florida avocado anyway. Quite nice. They're highly productive, so it's a good tree to have. One of my favorites. But there you go. In case you haven't seen what it looks like, you see them in the supermarket. Now you can tell that it's a lula. Well, guys, just a technique that you might want to implement if you have a small yard or you just want to kind of rejuvenate a tree that's gotten out of hand. You can do this, and now it'll shoot from here and just, you know, get a good volume like it had on the top, but much lower. Allow sun to get in, you know, a lot better, and it's just more manageable at that size. Just wanted to show you now that I painted it with a 50-50 white paint to protect it from the sun. Soon it'll start shooting. One thing I hadn't mentioned as well is make sure you don't cut it below your grafting point, because if you do, then you're not going to have that tree anymore. Like this is a lula, it won't be a lula anymore. It'll be whatever the seedling, you know, they used to graft on was. So just remember that. I'll do an update video once it starts growing in a little bit, then I'll show you how it's progressing.